So I just finished reading By the Book by Jasmine Guillory, and it was a great read. So this book is about this woman. This woman, her name is Izzy, and she works at publishing this publishing company for books and stuff. And then there's this guy, Beau, I'm pretty sure, and he's supposed to be giving them this memoir, and he's had this deal for like a year, but like he won't answer the emails, and he hasn't sent any drafts in, and it's this whole thing. And like Izzy is the assistant to the person who gave him this deal. So Izzy feels really stuck at her job, and like she's not really going forward, and she's been told by this guy Gavin, who used to have her job before he got promoted, like, oh, you know, your boss Marta isn't really like giving you a promotion or whatever, like it's not really in the cards. So she feels really stuck. It isn't where she thought that she would be. And so she was like, oh, she wants to impress her boss, and she's like, I could go to his house and talk to him while we're at this convention in California. Mind you, they live in New York, but there's the convention in LA. He lives in Santa Barbara. Apparently that's like not as close as I thought it would be, but you know, I've never been to California, so I don't know. Nonetheless, and yeah, so that's how this book started, and it's a romance novel, but I feel like maybe it was a slow burn. I'm not really a slow burn person, which really shocked me of how much I liked it, because it took like more than 50% of the book to even know that either one of them have feelings for each other, like for real. Like I feel like it took a long time to get to that point, which usually isn't something that I like. Like I would have usually, the enough the book can't lie, but I really liked like their growing friendship. And like Beau was really complicated. Like he was a really complicated guy. He had a lot of things going on with him, and we didn't know what was his problem. Like he was a jerk. A grade A jerk. And really didn't know why, but it was kind of like hinted at, oh, like, you know, there's you know, more to him as a person, but we didn't see it. And so I don't know, their characters really intrigued me, which really kept me interested in the book. And like they had like a friendship that was growing, and it was cool. And honestly, it was a great story. Yeah. So first, like I said, definitely did not like him. I didn't like him at all for her. I really didn't, because he was being so mean for no reason. Like, you're mad at the world. I can get someone being mad at the world, but you're taking it out on her. And he really did not want to see her when she came to that house. And Michaela had like brought her inside or whatever, which really, shout out to Michaela, because in the book, like, so Michaela had like got her to come, Michaela had got her to come inside because she had like tripped over a box and like sprained her ankle. But then like towards the end of the novel, you find out that she didn't really sprain her ankle. She was just trying to get Izzy to come inside. And that's why I really messed with her, because you saw the vision. She helped us out. She was on our side for sure. And they got together, and they're over there trying to hide it from her, knowing she didn't know from the start that something was gonna happen. So Michaela, really messed with Michaela. She's really on our side. Yeah, he was being a total jackass, and like she was trying to give him pep talks, and that's like kind of like, okay, she was trying to give him pep talks, and he was like, well, you can stay here, you can give me pep talks. But it was kind of like, I don't know, it was kind of condescending. It wasn't really like, OMG, I want to hear your pep talks. He was kind of just like, I don't know, it wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't, I don't know. But then she stayed there, and then they had got into this like big argument, I'm pretty sure, and she's like, I'm about to leave, or he's about to kick, I'm about to leave, he doesn't want me to be here. Wait, okay, let's go back. He asked her to stay at his house and give her these pep talks for like a week, I think. I could be wrong. But she stays there. She's like, okay, I'll give you these pep talks or whatever. And then somehow they end up getting into a really big argument. And she's like, I think it was like the first night of her being there for real. They're getting this huge argument. She's like, she's about to leave. He's not going to want me here anyway. Like, I don't have to deal with this. It's not even worth it. And, you know, she goes upstairs. She's like, I'm about to pack my stuff. But then she realized that she had too much wine at dinner and she doesn't trust herself to leave, which shout out to the wine.
Shout out to the wine.
Also, side note, Beau's house, it sounds like my dream house. Like, actually, it sounds like a castle. The orchards, the pool, the library, the snack cabinet, like literally everything he had, it gives dream house. I know he's rich. Her girl can drink. So I would say that's my dream house. Nonetheless. So she got into this, she's like, oh, I'm going to leave. But she's like, oh, I can't leave. I'm a little too tipsy. It's not safe to drive. This, that, and the third. I think she goes to bed. And then I think she gets an email or a call from her boss that like Beau wants her to stay longer. Which is like confusing because we just had this big old, you know, we just had this big old like blowout, and now he's like he wants her to stay. And that's kind of like what happened throughout the book. Like he just kept on like asking her to stay, like finding reasons for her to stay and continue this and continue that. And then, you know, we finally started to get somewhere. Where did we start to get somewhere? Let me see. Side note, I'm not really a person who annotates her books, which like low-key I kind of want to get into, because like when I watch shows, like I know like, oh, this episode, this timestamp, this is a scene that I really like, so why not do that to my books? Which would probably make this process a lot easier. So maybe I'll start doing that. But also like sometimes in the moment you don't know that like this scene right here was so pivotal, you know? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, he's a jerk. He's a jerk, he's a jerk, he's a jerk, he's a jerk.
He's a jerk.
She's trying to be over here, give him the pep talks that I think he asked her to give him. And he's over here being like real sassy, he's just being a jerk. Like he's literally laughing in her face about the pep talk that she's trying to give to him. Bro, are you serious? Like, this is her job. Like, whether or not you know how good she is at her job, this is her job. And you're over here laughing in her face when she's trying to help you. Mind you, you're the one who's had this book deal for over a year and you haven't got anywhere with it. And she's trying to sit here and help you out after you low-key asked her for the help. And you're over here sitting laughing in her face when she's trying to help you out. He was wrong for that. Now, was the pep talk maybe a little bit basic? Maybe so. But also, you're not telling her what the problem. He didn't tell her why he needed help with the book. Why it was taking him so long to write the book. So maybe if he would have gave her some insight, she could have been more helpful. But he was closed off. He had all them walls up. And she couldn't even like, how could she really help you without knowing what she need to help you with? That's like you going to therapy. You walk into your therapist's office. You're like, I need help. They're trying to get to understand what's going on in your life and you won't tell them. How do you expect your therapy to work if you're not being transparent? And that, yeah, that's his problem. Nonetheless, after that whole blowout, that's when he emailed her boss. Oh, I want her to stay longer. And she's confused because we just had this big fight. Not even the biggest fight they had. They just had this big fight. And she's confused. Am I confused? No, because I know where this book's going. This is a romance book, so your girl is not confused at all. But we gotta let Izzy do what she do. She don't know nothing yet. And that's okay, girl. Yeah. Let's see. What else happened in this book? Wow. This is really refreshing my memory. Oh my gosh. Priya. Love Priya. She's amazing. I really hope that's how you say her name. Because in my head, I've been reading this Priya. Priya? Priya? P-R-I-Y-A? Priya, yeah. Love her. She's a great best friend. They really stuck together. I love that she was very supportive. Also, she was always, I don't know, she was seeing more things that Izzy wasn't seeing. And we love that from her. We love that from her because, you know, she was picking up, like, when she came to visit, she was picking up, like, he's looking at you, like, you know, once it progressed and the relationship got better, oh, he's looking at you, and if somebody was looking at me like the way he was looking at you, he's saying the things he's saying to you, like, we hunching. That's my man. But Izzy, that's not my man. I'm professional. That's not my man. But that's her man. She had a very like harsh out, can't lie. He didn't know how to wash the dishes. He spoiled. I don't know. It's just a whole lot of things. And then, I don't know. At some point, you know, they started. It was at the. He used to teach her how to surf, which, side note, would love to learn how to surf. But that seems so cool. Like, being a surfer seems so cool. Nonetheless, he teach her how to surf. And then hold up. Let me go find it in a bit. Yeah, and there was the, ooh, kind of like when he hugs me, and like what's behind, like, you know, the slow, it was very slow coming to the conclusion of how she felt about him. Okay. Page 214. They're at the beach after Beau went talk to his mom. Oh my gosh, literally his mom. Okay. Because this part really, so this part really frustrated the heck out of me. So once we finally learned much about Beau and we learned why he's such an asshole, we learned about his father and the asshole that his father was. I would say rest his soul, but he was a jackass. So his father made up this whole thing. His father was really wrong for it. His father would tell Beau when he was a child that his mother was bitter and ungrateful and jealous of his success. And this really took a turning point because, you know, they're divorced. They got divorced and then he died. But he's a screenwriter. Beau's dad is a screenwriter. He is nominated for an Oscar. He's always wanted an Oscar. He wins an Oscar. And then one night, he wins the Oscar. They come back. His parents don't know that Beau can hear them arguing. And his dad then, like, his mom goes upstairs and she's like, let's not do this right now. Let's not do this in front of our kid. After that, I think Beau asks, like, what's wrong with mom or something. And his dad is like, oh, she's just bitter. She's just jealous. I forgot to thank her in my speech, and she's just jealous. But I had thanked you and her in the press conference afterwards. I just forgot in the moment. And she's just bitter.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
He's, like, feeding this to Beau, like, as a kid, which is, like, I don't have kids or anything, but that seems very inappropriate. Why would you talk bad about your kid's other parent to your kid? That just seems very immature. Like, that's just totally unnecessary. So then, when they get a divorce, you know, his dad is like, oh, we got a divorce because your mom was so bitter and jealous that she cheated on me with another man. Now, whether or not that's confirmed, I don't know if it's confirmed that she cheated on him or not. Yeah, I don't think they ever confirmed that. But it was like this whole thing. So, like, Beau is blaming his mom, like, their whole life, like the rest of his time, that, oh, it's his mom's fault that they got divorced, and she's just this very bad person who was just so jealous of his dad. And, like, when his dad finally dies, his mom comes to the funeral to, like, support him because, you know, you just lost one of your parents. And he says some very nasty things to her, and how like it's her fault that he died, and this, that, and the third, which is very irrational because I don't remember how he died or why he died, but it definitely was not because of his mom. I can tell you that. Come to find out, a year later, he's going through his dad's stuff on like his screenplays, his screenwrites, yeah, and he finds out that he's looking through like, you know, everything his dad has written down, a lot of the things were written by his mother. And the movie that he won an Oscar for, that he forgot to thank Beau's mother for, he forgot to thank his wife, she wrote most of it. So he is also a jerk, his dad. And Beau is just jerk junior. But yeah. So he was really stressed out, and you know, after he found that out, like he hadn't talked to his mom since the funeral, and he felt so bad about it and never talked to her. So they went to talk to her. I think that was so cute. But then she had kissed him. They were at the beach after because it was so stressful for them to do this, because he felt so bad about how, you know, he treated his mom in that moment, at that time, knowing everything, the work that she put into. And they kissed. So they kissed on page 215. I don't know where my foot just vibrated. And the epilogue starts at 310. So most of the book, they haven't even really came together, which like usually would brush me off of this book, but like, I don't know, the progression of the characters, like it was really enjoyable, that I like kind of forgot this was like a romance book, because I liked their relationship that wasn't even romantic. It was just like the going from him being a jerk and she, you know, telling him off and all this, that, and the third, and then like becoming friends and being able to understand them a little bit better. Like that was like a really great storyline. And I guess, and you would think their first kiss is on page 215 out of, I think, 315. When does the epilogue end? Out of 313. So you would think, oh, there would be no third act breakup. At least that was my thought process. And maybe I was, you know, just a teensy bit delusional to think that there wouldn't be a third act breakup. But there was. And a third act breakup was actually so stupid to me. Like, I really didn't understand, because twin Izzy got a job interview back at a place in New York, so then she just had to go back to New York, and that didn't make any sense to me. He has infinite money. He is rich. Why did you just pay for a flight to her to go do her interview and then come back? Like, that's what I did not understand. Why was not the thought process? No, to them the thought process was, oh, she's going back to New York like 2 weeks early, and now they're going through this whole thing. They don't know where it's going to go, this, that, and the third. There's a whole bunch of doubt. When he's rich, he could have just paid for her to go do her interview and come back. Like, why wasn't that a thought process? Because me personally, that was my first thought. Oh, she's going to go do her interview, then she's going to come back. No. And then when she got to New York, there's this whole bunch of doubt, because he said he would text her. He didn't text her. She wasn't texting him. Grow up. Grow up. Somebody text. And y'all didn't, you know, there was no talks of the future before you left. Like, there was just so many things I think was wrong with that. Because why didn't we talk about where we want this to go before I leave? If this is the case, if we have to do this dumb decision where I'm gonna go back to New York 2 weeks early, why wouldn't we have the conversation, where do we want this to go? Have some clarity. That simple conversation, well, maybe not simple, it probably would have been rough. It probably would have been a rough conversation. But would you rather the rough together so y'all can really understand where the relationship's about to go? Or do you rather the rough when you're in New York, not knowing if this man is manager or not, and he's not texting you? Or would you rather the rough where you're sitting in California and not texting that girl because you don't know what's going on? Because y'all have a talk. Pick your heart. Pick your heart. Because that really actually pissed me off. And then she get back. There's this article that, oh, they're about to scrap Beau's book. He's taking too long. They can't do it. It's so easy for like, oh, I'm about to go down to my boss and I'm about to tell her, what are you doing? What's this about? She getting there, Margaret's like, somebody's lying. A source up in here is lying. We're gonna figure out who that is. He sent us the manuscript. He's done with the book. Izzy's like, oh, I interviewed at this other place. Her boss was like, OMG, like, I think that would be a great thing for you. We just didn't have the budget to like give you that promotion, and I'm gonna call them and say good things about you, this, that, and dirt. And I came with shout to Izzy because, you know, she had an undercover hater talking all this bullcrap in her ear and she believed it. Poor thing. So naive. Yeah. And then she goes to her desk and she has this note. She gets the thing. Okay, so like the notebook, when Beau mailed her back the notebook after he finished the manuscript, and you find out that he's been writing about her from the beginning. And honestly, I think that was such a beautiful way to get his POV also, because this whole book was just in Izzy's point of view, just in her point of view. And I'm really a dual point of view girly, but then sometimes people don't. Sometimes the way dual POV is written is kind of repetitive, because we would see the exact same thing. Like sometimes it's written greatly. But for a singular POV, I really love the way that we were given this notebook to get like Beau's point of view, and that was really beautiful. I really like that, and that was so interesting to me. And then you see that he's been pining, you know, really been pining for her since like the first day they met, and that was really beautiful. And he came there, and you know, happily ever after, his book got published. Oh yeah. Also, the hater Gavin, and Beau had yelled at Gavin. Me personally, I wouldn't have minded if he would went a little bit further than just yelling, because he was a grade A hater, and I don't know, that's grade A hater. When I lie, at first I did kind of fall for him a little bit. I'm like, oh, he's cool peep, he's hurt on the ropes, like he got her back in higher ups. Maybe I was a fool to believe that. Maybe I was a fool to believe that. But he's a hater. He's telling her, oh, Marty don't think you're good for a promotion. We then find out that Marty wanted to give her a promotion. They just didn't have the budget for it.
Count one. Guilty.
Oh, your writing isn't that great. That's not really good. Don't embarrass yourself. Don't give this to anybody else. That's also false.
Count two. Guilty.
And we know that he said that because somebody else saw it. They would have told her that she has a good thing on her head. She has a great thing on her hand. Yeah, and then he was also the source that leaked to that article. Like, hater activity. He's telling her, oh, they probably need somebody much more experienced to get this book out about. Hater. I hate haters, because why are you hating? Mind your business. Mind the business that pays you. Like, at the end of the day, in the words of Cat Williams, if you have 15 people hating on you, you need to find a way to get your 16th hater by the summer, because that means you're doing something right. You're doing something right. Wow. Wait, I got myself confused. Anywho, yeah. He was just doing a lot, and he was just being a hater because he was threatened by her. And that's That's disappointing. Because you'll sit here and bring this girl down when you just need to elevate yourself. And if you can't elevate yourself, mind the business that pays you. Like, he was such a hater. Like, I hated him for her. I did. I hated that for her. And he wrecked her confidence so bad with her writing and her job and had her question things. I hated that for her. But more of the story, this is a great book. I think I rated it like a 4.7. Just because it was a romance book, I feel like it did go kind of slow. But maybe it's supposed to be a slow burn. But it also was meant to be. Maybe it was supposed to be a slow burn. Maybe I just missed that. But I would say it was a great read.